Just the two
No,
of
it's
us.
all right. It's all right. It's what it is, isn't it?
Okay.
We on. Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is, isn't it?
I would just
Yeah, man. Boy,
and
huh?
groggy, and if I were in your position, I would be so bitchy.
Babe, I am, babe, I am absolutely shattered. Like,
Yeah.
I am so tired. Boy, it is what it is, but the show have to go on.
Wow. No,
I haven't slept,
I
babe.
I'm amazed.
I haven't slept. I haven't slept.
Damn.
Seriously. Huh? You look really good. Oh, we're both in white.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tried. I really tried because today was. I didn't do as much as you, but I tried.
Yeah.
Really could do with sleeping.
Yeah, but I can imagine, man. It's not easy.
But you've been up since last night.
Since last night. Since last night, getting the house ready, getting packing, coming
Yeah.
to learn. Like the kids, they're strong. Well, my son and Ishmael haven't slept yet, but Isaac have slept. But I know once my head touched my pillow today, yeah,
Yeah.
boy, I'll be gone.
Wow.
let
Let me
me
see.
let me quickly share it. I
Yeah.
would have played some music, but you know how Facebook is like they're too.
Yeah. Ridiculous. They have these.
Yeah.
I don't know why they think let me
Let me mute myself and then I'll share.
all right. Let me
I'm even lucky that I managed to come on live. The other
okay.
day, Facebook banned me for 24 hours, bro.
For what? Why?
Something dumb. Something dumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why they were
Ah? No, they're
they
just way too sensitive.
yeah.
Ah?
They
They're just
ban us.
way too sensitive these days, huh?
They ban you for no reason, really.
No, a friend of mine, he put his video up. A friend of mine put his video up, and it was just chilling, and music was playing at the background. So I must have commented saying, you know what, you know, you're absolutely right. You only got one life, yeah. Enjoy your life,
Okay.
right? And then he was like, you know what? Come on, little king, yeah. So let me whip you on little king. So I was like, yeah, right. I was like, I'm gonna whip your ass in little king, yeah, about you whip me in little king. I said, I'm better than you. Because I put that whip your ass, Facebook give you 24 hours. I was on
Really?
Facebook, yeah. I was on Facebook, you taking a mic. Like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Then I went straight in his inbox. I was like, listen, because of you, yeah, I've been banned for 24 hours in that.
So,
And, and, it,
hey,
and, and it was like, but why is Facebook doing that? So I don't know.
I don't get that because there's so much
Yeah,
content
Facebook
on
is just way too sensitive nowadays, isn't it?
there's so many worse
Oh,
things on Facebook.
ah,
There's so many worse things that they could be concerned about.
yeah.
The people on Facebook shaking their ass, twerking, kind of thing. But that's not offensive.
Once, yeah, no words of a lie, yeah. I got
Yeah.
7 days banned because I made some roast chicken and I just decided to put on my timeline.
Uh-huh.
And literally, babe, they banned me 7 days because of that. I was like, but I was like, that was a roast chicken. That was the. But I think because some people are not vegetarian, you know, some people they don't eat meat, and maybe they could have find that offensive. Facebook is just too sensitive these days.
Yeah, some people are vegetarian, but then some people aren't. Some people eat meat. So why should it matter? If you are vegetarian, just look away. Just keep scrolling. I have to figure out.
And honestly, I was like, honestly, I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook. Now you take it a bit, yeah,
Wow. So how is
yeah. They're
London?
just two ways. Huh?
How is London?
London is good. London is good. Came here today, chilling. So that's why the environment is different. Okay, we're getting ready to start. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm almost done. Just two more share, then I'm done. Um, okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I can you hear that cranking noise? Oh, they may.
I know hear
Okay.
anything.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. No matter what part of the world you're at, that's my special greeting to you all. My name is Tajo Kone, and I'm based in London, United Kingdom. And the show name is Red Flag Show. And my co-host is going to introduce herself. So, Shanna, can you please tell the people who you are and where you are based?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. It's afternoon here, and I believe it's evening approaching night in London. All right. So my name is Shannon Vivek, and I'm situated in Trinidad. Um, really and truly, the name of the country is Trinidad and Tobago, two islands, but I live in the island of Trinidad. All right. So it's a pleasure to have you all here. Today is gonna be a really interesting show. Part two, if you wish. Show. So yeah. Hello, how do you pronounce the name again? Mandur Sise. Hello.
Yeah, it's Mando sister, something like that.
Your sister. Hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Thanks for joining us again. You're gonna enjoy this, Mandu. You're gonna enjoy this one. I'm sorry that we had we're supposed to have, of course, our other hosts on the show, Mariama and Nikita, but they are both unavailable today. So today is just the two of us, but it's going to be equally exciting and packed with information and ways to help anyone dealing with the situation that we're going to talk about today. So I hope that everyone listening gets some sort of enlightenment and healing and avenues for healing through this talk today. Yes, Maya, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Shannon. Basically, we're gonna continue with the last week's subject, which is abusive relationship and controlling, isn't it? Right? Because last week was talking more from the female angle, but today I want us to talk more about female abusing the guys and controlling the guys. So we're gonna talk about that today. So Shannon, in your word, like what are the red flags like females, certain females like towards the man abusive in the relationship and jealousy and controlling?
Okay, all right. So I'll just start off with what we all know. So there is a high percentage of women being abused throughout the world. A lot of women are mistreated and taken advantage of and beaten and all sorts. That is true. But a lot of light is given to those situations. I being a woman, I am not saying any, I'm not trying to go against the plight of women in those situations. I'm just saying that we have a lot more compassionate ears for our issues of domestic violence and abuse in general. Like if a man and a woman were to walk into a police station and the woman says, "Oh gosh, oh God," she's crying and sobbing, "Oh my gosh, my husband cuffed me up in my face, thumped me up in my face," or whatever, whatever the case might have been, that woman is going to be heard. They're going to take her situation very seriously. They're going to file her report. They're going to hunt down the man who did that and lock him up. However, if the man goes and tells the police, "Oh, this scratch on my face here, this black eye, sorry, this black eye that I have here is from a girlfriend or from a wife," then probably not going to be as quick to help that man. One, they may laugh. I honestly know of situations where police themselves have laughed at men who complain about stuff like this. They actually laugh them out of the station. So do we have an unfair advantage? I don't know if advantage is the word, but we have an unfair um air for our situations, whereas men don't have it. They don't have it at all, which leads to a lot of men not reporting it. Because if they are met with police officers laughing at them, regular people laughing at them because apparently it's embarrassing to be abused by a woman. And the thing is, it's not that the men weak. That's the main thing that we are prone to say. Of course, how he's a pussy. He let any woman beat him. He let any woman cuff him. But it's not that. A lot of men were raised in a way to respect and honor women, and would not hit back a woman if she hits him. I am opposed to that. I find if somebody hits you, hit them back. But a lot of men would would not do that, which is all props to them. But that is where situations are taken advantage of, because the woman then would just go that step further because she knows that she's not going to get lashed. Because in if you go blow for blow, a woman physically is weaker than a man. If a man hits a woman, of course he's gonna knock her out. Of course he's gonna do more harm. So the fact that the man in that situation is the one making the complaint or the one with more scars says that he exercised restraint in that situation. But we don't look at it like that. We look at it as, oh yeah, no, he weak. He's a pussy. He let any woman beat him up. It's not that. He did not want to hurt, kill her. So this is a situation throughout the world that needs to be more properly highlighted, because every time that we hear sorry every time that we hear
Highlighted.
about
Because
um,
every time that we
domestic
hear,
abuse
sorry, every time
in the news or
that we
whatever, we
hear
hear
highlighted.
about
Because
women.
every
Oh,
time that we
domestic
hear,
abuse
sorry, every
situations that
time
men
in
do.
news or whatever, we hear highlighted.
But
Because
a lot of
every
them
time
involve
that we hear,
sorry,
sorry,
a lot
every
of them
time
involve
in news or whatever,
men.
we hear highlighted.
So
Because every
we might
time
get
that we
some
hear,
two
sorry,
cents.
every time
Maya, what do you
in
think?
news or whatever, we hear
There really is
highlighted.
a lot of feedback.
Because every time that we hear, sorry, every time in news or whatever, we hear highlighted.
Shannon, I'm hearing some noise. Can you hear it? You can hear it, isn't it?
I
I'm hearing
am.
some noise. Can you hear it?
Hearing it.
No, it's not the tram, Isaac. I'm not talking about the tram. I'm hearing
I can
something
hear it,
on the
isn't it?
computer.
I'm hearing some noise. Can you hear it?
No, it's not the tram, Isaac. I'm not talking about the tram. I'm hearing something on the computer. What's that noise? It's so annoying. What's that noise? You know, 1 minute, let me come out and come back in.
It's so
Let me leave
annoying.
the studio.
You know, 1 minute, let me come out and come back in.
Alright, let me do this thing.
Let me leave the studio.
Hey everyone,
You know, 1 minute, let me come
you're still
out
hearing me?
and come back in. Let me leave the studio.
Hey everyone.
Shannon, I think it must be better now. One second, we apologize about that. Hi Mando say hi Jimo Fofana, how are you? Hi Eon, you're right. Hola, you okay? Hope you're all doing great. Sorry, we do apologize. There was when we was talking earlier, when Shannon was talking earlier, you could hear some kind of echo from the background. So I've told her to come out and then she's gonna re-enter the broadcast and then we're gonna start again, all right? So we do apologize for that. Shannon is here. So we do apologize for that.
Alright,
Okay.
let me come out of the Facebook. Is that better? Okay. Alright. Let me, we're not hearing anything. Am I on mute? I don't know.
No, I put myself on mute. So you can talk, but I don't want the echo from my end to disturb you. So I put myself on mute, babe.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm not sure how much interruption there was with, well, before we signed off. But what I was saying is that domestic abuse, controlling behavior, jealousy, domestic abuse is a worldwide phenomenon. However, we mostly hear about situations involving women. Women's plight has been disproportionately highlighted as opposed to their male counterparts, um, which is not fair to the men, because men do experience domestic abuse, and usually through shame. We rarely hear about cases where men report it, and then society is sorry to say, at this point in time and for years, society has been pro highlighting um, women's plight, which is unfair. It is unfair that one sex is given more attention in terms of that than the other, because what is happening with the guys? What is happening with the men out here? I actually know of a friend of mine whose girlfriend used to hit him. And it's not because he didn't used to take it because he was afraid of her. He was taking it because he grew up with his mother. He have a bunch of sisters, so he understands respecting women is a thing. So he wouldn't knock her out, even though he could. And that's the thing. Men are far stronger than women. That is a fact. So the fact that a man does not retaliate with a blow after getting lashed, and you hear about that on the news, that says that it's not because the person is afraid of the other person, it's because it's a respect. And when men end up in these situations of abuse, most people say, oh gosh, no, the man he weak, he's a pussy, he taking licks from a woman, he taking lash from a woman. If it was me, I would have do this and I would have do that. But if you were raised right, if as a man, if you were raised right and you have the influence, the positive influence of your mother, meaning that you don't have no sick psychological thing going on whereby you hate all women because you hate your mother and you're out to do this. If you were raised right, your first reaction would not be after getting a, because it was the hardest lash a woman could give you, really and truly. Your first reaction as a man, a real man, because there's a difference between being male and being a man, far as I am concerned. Being a man, the first reaction would not be, oh yes, I'm going to blow her out, I'm going to hit her the hardest stuff I could possibly hit her. And the fact that that is not the case, even the fact that they did not do that, says that they exercise a whole lot of strength. Because after you get lashed, the first reaction, especially if you are the superior one in terms of strength, would be to floor the person, knock them out so hard that they're on the ground. But the man exercised that strength and restrained himself. So I believe that more props should be given to situations like that. And I'm not saying that women should be given less air with their stories, but equal attention should be given to situations like that. That's my personal opinion. And I know a lot of people would be annoyed by it, but women, okay, so society has made women out to be a lot more innocent and non-manipulative. They have made us out to be that, and that's actually not the case all the time. There are a lot of women that are very vindictive and very manipulative, and would not hesitate to go in front of a police officer and say, "But you know, he did this, he hit me, he did." When that did not happen, he probably cheated. He probably didn't take out the rubbish for the week. He probably didn't. He did probably did something really minuscule in the grand scheme of things. But women understand the power that their voice holds. We understand that a police officer is going to listen to you far more than if a man comes in front of that very same police officer said, "Oh gosh, when she hit me, she beat me. Look at the bruise there." Like, police officer probably not going to take him on. So we understand that if we go there, we could get you in trouble, and we could probably threaten the man that living with us or whoever, and say, "Yeah, we're going in the station for you when nothing can happen." And we exercise leverage with that because they know. Okay, so if a man come and say, well, baby, I really not feeling to do XYZ, a woman who in that situation would say, "Oh, so you ain't doing that? You really ain't doing that? Uh-huh, I go do for you." And you know what time it is? You know he had a what coming next? She could call the police. She could go to the station and the police going to come. So I rant, I rant for that in that situation because it is something that is affecting. it is near and dear to my heart, because not because as a woman that doesn't mean I will be like, yeah, whoo, we protected by the law and are strong. And I know anything happen, I say no. As a woman, as anybody, right is right and wrong and is wrong. And this situation is very, very wrong. And if I had a son, which I don't, I would be very concerned about what is going on in the world now, especially with this situation, which is why we are talking about it, because it's something that needs to be aired. It's something that needs um, to be given light. So we the gentlemen that are on this, that are watching the show, please give us your personal input if you would like. Um, you can give us stories of friends or situations that you've heard of. We would It would be a great pleasure to hear it, and we are making great efforts to highlight these situations even more, because, like I said, right is right and wrong is wrong, and this is a wrong situation. So let me pass you all on to, sorry, to Haja. I'm not seeing her at the moment. Maya, Maya. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Okay, well, I will just continue because I'm not sure what's happening with Maya until end. All right. So, I believe it was in 2014, there was a situation in India where, and I believe there were many others, but only a few of these cases are highlighted. So, there was a case in India whereby a woman, um, she wasn't too pleased with her husband at that point in time, and she went and she made a false domestic violence claim against him for whatever reason. Apparently, she was harassing him. This was a long-standing case of harassment that she. It went to the point that she went to the police station and said he was beaten her or something like that, which wasn't the case. And of course, the police officers were all ears. They were willing to hear because, of course, like I said earlier, she's a woman, so they're going to take that case very serious. So the man was not, he wasn't doing that at all. And he eventually filed for divorce because this is something that she has been doing and has been making a practice of. Um, it's he was even, I think he was even, was he fired or no? I think he was suspended from his job because it went to that level. The domestic violence claim went to such heights that it affected his job. And this is something, as we need to think of people not only as sane, level-headed, nice people. There are a lot of wicked, crazy people out here with evil intentions who would want to see the worst happen for a person. And this is exactly what happened. She, for whatever reason, was displeased with her husband, and instead of walking away, if you're that uncomfortable, if we're so out of love with a person, to the solution is not to make up lies about the person, especially lies that could land them in jail or get them fired. The solution is to walk away, pack your bags and leave. Even if you don't want to leave while he's there, at some point he will leave the house and you could walk out. So this person, she did that, and it really wasn't nice. Um, there are so many so many cases in, okay, sorry, I get so much difficulty saying this word. Statistically speaking, I believe 1 out of 3 domestic violence cases are filed by men. And I those I usually statistics have a level of, you can't, numbers don't lie, they say, but then there are always, it's the case of Did everybody report the matter that we are measuring? And I would say, with this 1 in 3 thing, you can't hold it near and dear to you because a lot of men who are in these domestic violence situations would not report domestic violence. They would not report it because it's embarrassing. They think society has led us to think that men should be the perpetrators of violence, of violent acts, and not the receivers, not on the receiver end, which is warped in itself, which is very, very warped. Um, so that 1 in 3 statistic, and I believe we put up, Haja put up the statistics in the comment section. Let me see what's going on here. Just a second, people. Having a bit of technical difficulties today. Not sure why it's happening today.
Alright.
Hello?
Today. Alright. Today. Alright. Today. Alright. Today.
All right. There's a lot of.
Alright.
Okay, so we will post um the studies and statistics below, and it is glaring. It is glaring. Like as a man in this society, I would be very, very uncomfortable and scared because you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you sit down and you take your legs, you'll be whole all sorts, and it will continue because nobody's rushing to demand aid. Like really and truly, if you look at you visualize a situation where a man is being beaten, do you see his neighbors running to help? They're not gonna help. They're not gonna stop this from happening. That really happens. If you hear a woman screaming next door to you, oh God, he needs to, you're probably going to leave whatever it is you're doing and run next door and help her, which is unfair in and of itself. So sorry, Maya. I'll pass it to you. I know that we having some difficulty understand, but I'll pass it over to you.
Hi, Shannon. I do apologize that
Yes,
my friend internet was acting up. Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, I
Hi,
hear you.
good. Sorry, my friend internet was acting up, and I heard majority of the stuff that you said. And to be honest, you're absolutely right. 1 minute, Shannon.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, guys. So feel free
You
to.
know, but you know what the problem is, Shannon, in life? Everything we do is based on how we were raised up.
Yeah,
The reason why I'm saying that, like for example, majority of the time is I will grow up. Sometimes some kids they grow up with confidence. Sometimes some kids they don't grow up with confidence. Do you get me? And sometimes certain kids is how you see your parents at home. Some parents can be regularly fighting, so it becomes like a norm for the child. Do you get me? So sometimes the child when they go to, hey, 1 minute, babe, 1 minute.
okay, no problem. So, guys, feel free to chime in and tell us about your own experiences or your friends' experiences or family's
You
experience.
know,
This needs more light. This situation needs
exactly. So
more light.
exactly. So when parents are constantly arguing or constantly fighting, then sometimes some kids will either grow to accept it or some of them will grow to become abuser themselves. Do you get what I mean? And this is why a lot of the time, that's what I always say to people, when you know that something's not working out, it's better you end it, then you stay somewhere for the sake of children. Because most people make that error sometimes. They say, because of the kids, I'm gonna stay, right? And sometimes you end up hurting those same kids, because if you're in an abusive relationship or an violent relationship, the closest people to you is your children. Outside are not close. The closest people to the parents is the children. So if the children see mom and dad fighting all the time, the children are gonna think that's the norm. Some will grow up, like I was saying before the children started making noise, some will grow up and accept the abuse, or some will grow up and become abuser themselves because that's what they witnessed. So it became a norm to them. You get what I mean? But what most women take for advantage is, most of us, we know the certain men, they don't believe in hitting women. You get what I mean? They don't believe in violence. And some women will actually provoke the man, provoke him. You know, there's some African culture, I don't know if it's in Trinidad, there's some African culture, some women, they're sick, they actually believe for a man to love them, the man have to be violent with them. If the man is not violent with them, that means he doesn't love them. Like there's some sick women actually think that they got that mindset. You know what I mean? Mind my word, but that's it. They actually got that mindset. The man have to beat them. The man have to be violent towards them for them to feel love. Maybe to them, that's what they witness the mother doing, accepting from the dad, and they see that maybe that's how a man love a woman. Do you get what I mean? And what the women have realized, it's easier for us, like what you were saying earlier. When a man hit a woman or when a man abuse a woman, we can go and tell a friend. We more likely to tell a friend. We more likely to tell a police. We more likely to tell a family member. We're more likely to get the message out there out. But when a woman abuse man, the man is ashamed, the man is embarrassed, because the man is not going to go and tell anybody to say my wife beat me or my girlfriend beat me. Like, people are going to laugh at him. Like, what do you mean your girl beat you? Like, why are you not doing nothing about it? And because women know that this man out there, they won't retaliate, they won't hit them back, that's why they continue to do it. And they know that mans are more weaker when it comes to that point to go and expose themselves out there like that, because they feel embarrassed. Do you get what I mean? So that's why certain women take advantages. Do you get what I mean? They take advantages. And this is what people don't fail to realize. It's not more men get abused than women, but the funny enough, the man's one is not recorded more. Because why they embarrassed to say it. And where the other side, the woman is not embarrassed, we outspoken, we say it. Do you get what I mean? But that does not mean that the man abuse us more. Women abuse man more. But it's just that man, well, is covered up. Do you get what I mean? So the problem is us as a parenting. We need to change our parenting style. Like, instead of being violent, we talk. You know, I've written here that there are over 2,000 domestic abuse shelter in the USA for women. Exactly. But what about man? Exactly. Wow. But what about man? Then Ian, I've also read here, I am not mistaken, there are literally one for man. Can you see? There's over 2,000 shelter for women, and there's literally one for man. How bad is that? How bad? That's like really, really bad. But this is where the question is: where do we draw the line? How do we get the help? For help to come, mans have to be able to speak out. If you don't speak out, you ain't gonna get no help. This is the problem. And people need to stop judging man, because the problem with it, growing up, we've all been like that culturally, or even with people that don't have culture, especially our black community. Growing up, we've been brought up, we have to be tough, we have to be strong, we have to learn to bottle things up and and behave like a strong man and behave like a strong woman. Do you get what I mean? But with us women, we can crack that a little bit, but man's cannot. Man's been told, like, be strong, like, don't show your emotion. If you show your emotion, you're a bitch. Mind my word, that's what they've been told. If you show your emotion, you're a bitch. Mind my word, but that's what they've been told. So a lot of men bottle them up. And this is why there's a lot of anger in a lot of men. This I mean. And this is why there's a lot of broken homes. There's a lot of broken homes because of that. Because our men, a lot of them are angry inside. And when they want to express themselves, they've been labeled as the angry black man, the aggressive black man. Do you get me? So how are they going to express themselves without being labeled? Either way, whatever they do, they beat the woman, they're labeled. They're aggressive, they're labeled. They keep quiet, they're labeled. Either way, they're labeled. And this is the problem we have as a society. And we need to change. We need to change. I don't know how we're going to do it, but maybe it's not going to be our generation, but the generation to come. If we work together, we need to change that mindset to teach our kids, boy or girl, show your emotion. If something is affecting you, for you to get the help that you need, you have to talk about it. You have to address it. You have to show your emotion so we can find out what the issue is. Then we can address the issue. Then we can find a solution to the issue. Without any of this, you can't find a solution to something that you ain't talking about. Do you get what I mean? If I've been abused, sexually abused, and I don't talk about it, how is the people gonna know and how they're gonna get me help if I don't talk about it? And it's the same thing with man. Thank man. If man are not really opening up, talking about the feeling, it's never gonna be addressed. And this is the problem we have in the society, you know. But before I carry on saying more, I'll, so you can add some.
Yes. Am I on now? Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, I just want to elaborate on what Maya said. What? I was reading some studies, and they were talking about just trying to show how disproportionate the amount of help is out there for men as compared to women. So in a particular state in America, they were saying they had 200 and I believe 38 homes. Fair, what do you call it? Runaway, like homes for people who suffer abuse. Halfway houses, I think. No, was it that for alcoholics? I think. Anyways, you know what I mean? For people who are abused, where they can run to get help. There were 238 of them, and 58 out of that 238 were for men. The men were allowed to be in, and that could never be. It could never be fair. I understand. I again, as a woman, I understand that we face a lot of difficulties. I understand that we do experience abuse. We do experience a lot of turmoil. However, I know that men experience abuse and turmoil too. And it's not fair that they have to walk this earth, they have to walk this world thinking, oh gosh, I'm here by myself. Nobody coming to help me. Nobody. In fact, people will quicker think that I do something than to come and like if the 911 call is made and the police and them ain't know the full rights of what happened before they reach. And they come there, they come in for the man in their mind. They come in to do something to the man. The man does without even knowing that, which is why you would see this random person get shot just so. I mean, it has other reasons for that. But their first assumption would be, oh yeah, let me go and deal with this man, which isn't fair. And again, if I had sons, I would be very, very concerned. This is something that has to stop with our generation. We need to stop this now. This has been going on way too long. I look at, for example, in Trinidad, I look at the people, the homeless people. There is a disproportionate amount of homeless men in comparison to women. I'm saying that women should be the ones out there, but I'm saying that if you listen to so-called crazy people, They are talking a lot of sense. Nobody can go and take them on because it's apparently crazy. But I hear like walking along the street hearing one of them ranting. It's like, oh yes, she do this and she do that, and literally talking about what the woman do to him, and he there taking this thing on and it's pain in his head, and of course nobody didn't help him at the time when he was going through that. Hi, Dom Spiro, hello. Nobody would have taken him on when he was in the nitty gritty of the situation, which of course messes with your mental health. It definitely does, and nobody comes to give you a olive branch and say, "Well, yes, this is you can go to this place," especially in a place like Trinidad. I don't think we have any battered men shelters. I know we have a few battered women shelters. I don't think 70% of homeless people in the US are men. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy because of course nobody's there to help them. I ain't saying we have to mind them and we have to pay all their bills and spoon feed them. I'm just saying that men don't have that compassion that we have, which could never be right. We are all walking this earth together. We all came in this earth in this world the same way that each every other person came in, and we all gonna leave here at some point. So why is it that we are being treated so obviously different? Like my concerns should not be more important than your concerns or his concerns or her concerns. No, my concern is my concerns, yes. But we all have concerns. We all have to deal with this thing called life. It's hard. Especially it's even harder when you know you have nowhere to go to get your concerns heard. When you know that nobody gives a sorry, especially when you know that nobody gives a hoot about what how you feel, your emotion. People underplay, they downplay the importance of emotions. Emotions are literally the be all and end all of things. Emotions, happy emotions could totally change your personality, whereas constant negative emotions could send you crazy. You could be walking around the place, blowing spit bubbles, talking to yourself. And like I said, just do me a favor, y'all. The next time you're here, you're out and about, because I don't know how the homeless situation is in everybody. I know how it is in Trinidad, of course, with a higher proportion of men being in that situation. Wherever you are, just listen. Like if you're passing a homeless guy, they may be ranting about something you don't understand, but there are one or two that may be talking sense and you're able to understand what they're saying. They would be recounting recalling some effed up situation with who do them this. And that's usually the reason why they're on the streets. That's usually why they end up there. And they don't have that comfort. So yeah, I'm not saying to go and give them a hug. I'm just saying like listen to them. When I walking around the place, yes, some of them are violent, so I stay far away from them. However, I actually talk to them. I actually like they're people too. The same way I would like to be heard if I dealing with some stuff and nobody wants to hear. I would it would make me feel away. So as the Bible and I believe the Quran, all the major religious texts, they would say that do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. They may say it in different languages, but it means basically the same thing. Love, love, show compassion. If you don't want somebody to ignore the shit out of you when you cry in your eyes or when you feeling that heavy pain. If you don't want that, don't do that. Sit down and listen to somebody, whether or not they have $1 billion, whether they have $1 million, or whether they have $1 to their name. What they have to say is equally important because God is in everybody. The ignoring a person because of what they have or what they do not have makes no sense. That person is God. God is in them. So I say this to say that we could all be better to each other. And really and truly, I believe that we could all be better. We could all show more support for men. We really could. We could help. Like if I was, I would hate so much men out here. I don't mean to talk down or bad about you, but I don't know how I would survive in this world if I were a man. I really don't know. It is hard. It is really, really hard. Like the responsibilities of life is hard in itself. As a woman, I find it hard. But as a man, where you're supposed to be tough, where you're not supposed to cry publicly, where you're not supposed to complain, because then you're a bitch. If you're not supposed to be broke at any point in time, you're supposed to be able to provide for a family, sustain a family, look good, drive a best car, walk around in gold. Like you're supposed to be of a certain caliber, as society says. All the while maintaining emotional health. All the while doing this, knowing that nobody gives a flying F about you. Knowing that if you drop down, they'll just walk over you. If you and a woman drop down in the road, they will walk over you and go and help the woman. Like really, that is what it comes down to. So we need to be more compassionate towards each other and towards men because you all need it. All right, Maya, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you. No, thank you so much, Shannon.
All right.
Everything you were saying is absolutely true. What, me, one minute. You know what, Shannon? I bet when you hear my kids, I bet you like, thank God you don't have kids. You don't have to deal with this, isn't it? And most of the time that women abuse man is when the woman is in a higher position than the man. Did I mean? Like, for example, if you got a partner and the man is in a higher position than the woman, the man will always treat the woman good, do everything for the woman. But most women, when they're in a higher position than the man, they feel a different type. Did I mean? They'll start to belittle that man, treat that man like rubbish, yeah, because she. So there's different scenario why a woman abuse man. Because if some women once they have that little power, that's it. They take advantages, you know. And this is why it's good for a man to depend on himself, not always depend. You can depend. I'm not saying you shouldn't depend on obviously partnership is partnership. You have to depend on each other. Did I mean? You know, but sometimes with certain women, like for example, a man can have a good job, a woman can have no job, the man will still take care of the woman, take care of the child, take care of the, but once the table turn, not every woman understand us. Only few my man is in, it's not really good position, so I will try my best to help him. But some women, it give them power to abuse the man, it give them power to do what the hell they like.
Okay, all right. Hi everyone. Yes, I just having a lot of the technical difficulties tonight.
Shannon, my friend internet is so bad. I don't think we're gonna go. But
No,
let me read Ian one because we've been here for 56 minutes anyway. So let me read Ian one where he wrote. Ian wrote, I think the reason for disparity in the homeless situation is because of the differences between man and woman. It's unfortunate, but compared to women, men are expendable. If we have 100 women and one man, we can bounce back. If we have 100 man and one woman, we have about 6 weeks left. Oh God, Ian crack me, yeah, yeah, man. Sorry, guys. Hey, unfortunately, I'm at my friend' house, and the internet here is not in my favor today. So instead of like carrying on with the show, and they keep cutting off and disturbing the show, will please leave today's show like this because we have already spent 57 minutes anyway. Normally we spend 1 hour after, or 1 hour and a half. So whoever took the time to come and watch us today, thank you so much. But I will hope we answer a lot of you guys question, because this platform, like we said before, is about red flag in any situation, so sometimes when we're going one way, don't think no, we're only here, we're on the ladies side because we're female, because each topic is every week is different. The day where we talk about the mans, we're only going to be on the man side. The day we talk about the females, we're only going to be on the female side. So that's how, But Shanna, if you want to add some, you can add some, baby girl, before we, cut off today's show.
hi everybody. I'm sorry about all the glitches of today, but we can help it. We really try to avoid it. Um, okay, so wait, what's that? I was good despite the difficulties. Thank you, Jan. All right. Yes. So what I want to leave you all with again is basically we need to live in love, practice love, and I believe again, when you see shit happening, you should never feel okay. Well, it's not bothering me, so I ain't saying nothing. So to the women who are listening and watching, we are cushioned in society. Yes, I said it. We are cushioned in society. As compared to men, men really don't have anything to fall on. Like when they fall, and we all fall. This is called life. It's called life, and we all fall at some point. Nobody goes through this thing sailing, flying high, and unaffected. We all have low points and high points. So I know that when we have our low points, there are a lot of people there waiting to help us. There are a lot of institutions set up to help us. There are tons of, as Jan pointed out, there are tons of homeless shelter. There are homeless shelters. There are tons of, we have a lot of help as women. However, men don't have the same thing. What's that? Dom is saying, I miss you. Your show today again. Today should be a heat for yours. Unfortunately, I came here, but tomorrow is another day. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dom. Thank you. All right, yes. Yes, we need to practice and show more love. Women, there's a lot of shit happening in the world, but we need to stand up for what is right. We need to, not because we have, I'm not saying women have it easy, and that's the thing about living in these times. If you say certain things, it can be perceived as, oh yes, you're bad talking this one, or you're not for this one, and the way you're trying to say, so the women have it easy in life. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that men don't have it easy. That does not mean that I'm saying that women have it easy. See the difference? There's a huge difference. All right. So men don't have it easy, and there are very few people willing to hear men out. There are very few institutions set up to help men, and we need to keep that in mind. And not because we as women have what could be perceived as power in terms of the if we were in a domestic violence situation or um cases where people would hear, like, okay, so if you go and tell as a woman, if you go and tell your friend, your girlfriend, well, he just be checking my phone. He just be telling me what to wear. He just be telling me who to talk to. If you tell your friends that, they're going to listen to you, and they're going to listen with the intent of helping you. If a man goes to his friends and says the exact same thing, but she'll be doing this, she'll be telling me who to talk to, and she'll be telling me what to wear, and telling, what his friends will call him? A bitch. A bitch. Your woman doing you that, boy. They ain't saying, well, so how do you feel? You okay? You alright? You did all this happen, which of course would affect you emotionally, but your friend ain't coming to ask you, you okay? He's going to, the first thing, he's going to say, oh boy, he's a real pussy. He's a real bitch. You let your woman talk to you, so you let your woman do this, that, and the other. So I say all that to say, we need to be compassionate. Life is hard for everybody. Whoever pretending that they're sailing smoothly without any glitches and any hiccups, they're lying. Life is hard for each and every one of us. So we need to be our brothers and sisters keeper, not just whichever sex. We need to help each other. So that is my message that I'm leaving you all with today. Just be nice, listen. You'll be surprised how far listening would go. It would go a long way. Like just knowing that somebody's there to hear. Just hear. You don't even have to solve the problem for them. Just hear. Okay, well, this affected me today. It affected me in such and such a way. I felt, however, whether or not you agree with how they felt, whether or not you agree with the situation that they were in, say you in, because there are some prudes out there that don't want to hear, like, okay, I was coming from a party and I was in a short pants, and so this, like stuff that goes against your spiritual beliefs, your how you were raised. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, well, that would never happen to me because I don't do this and I don't do that." All right, but yeah, but there are people that do those things, and it doesn't mean that because you don't do it, don't mean you cannot understand what it would be like to be in that situation. So don't be a cunt, is what I'm saying. I am saying, be nice, listen, and go about this life, go about your walk through this world, being the best person you could be for yourself, of course, and to other people. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is spoken about in the Quran, in the Bible, in the Gita, in probably all of the religious sects out there. So everybody is they know about it. So that is my message, Jen. I don't want to take up too much of all the time. So I'll finish right. I'll finish right. So I'll pass it back on to Maya and have a wonderful day, everybody. And I'm sorry about all the glitches that we had today. There were quite a bit of them, but we tried, and we tried to bring this message to you all. And I hope that you all can go forward in peace and love and prosperity and harmony. Just have a great day, everybody. Maya, passing it back on.
Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Hey, kids, thank you for everybody who came to watch us. And my advice for all the men out there, hey, kids, stop. My advice for all the men out there, for us to have changes in the future, us to do change the future, a man's gonna have to realize now that if they want something to be done about it, they have to be able to speak up. Do you get what I mean? Because anything that you want a solution to, man have to be able to speak up. So they can. The more men speak up, more the survey. There will be a survey to be like how many mans, yeah, have spoke up, and then. But if the mans are not speaking up, then it's gonna always be that more women get abused than man. Do you get what I mean? And so, and then for like For, because without solution, Shannon, if you want solution, anything with solution, you have to talk. Without talking, there ain't no solution there. You know what I mean? So, but ladies that do that kind of thing, they need to stop, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't, because they know very well if the man get angry and give them one strength, yeah, they'll be the one crying, and they'll be the one calling everybody. My husband beat me, my man beat me, he did this to me, he did this, is violent. So before we get to that point, it's about time that we should now, ladies that hit the partner, they need to stop doing that. And mans, please, if you're being abused out there, there's abuse helpline for mans. Get some help. And everybody who came to watch us today, thank you very much. I'm so sorry about the internet is misbehaving, and the kids are here making so much noise. I've got to go. Love you all. Kiss, 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 kiss. Bye bye. Kids, tomorrow I bought sweet for you guys. None of you guys are having sweet. None of you guys are having it. I'm gonna make sure I tell Brenda that none of you guys having sweet, because you think I'm laughing.